Hey, what's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And it is a beautiful day. And one of the reasons why is because I have not one Ryan, but two will be joining the show today. And that is a very, very special thing. What the heck? Let's get things kicked off with these two Ryans. First, you know him. You love him. Ryan Halpert. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, Dave? It's Ryan number one here today.
And then we've got, you're about to know him and love him, Ryan number two, Ryan Boyle. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you. Welcome. Hey, Dave and Ryan number one. This is Ryan number 1A right here.
Here we go.
Hey, man, we are some goofy old guys. And Ryan number one, you're catching up to us. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I think we got the youngest monkey in the middle there. Hey, Ryan Boyle, man, and we're doing a 3-way interview this morning just because I've got potential issues crawling around on the floor playing with trucks in the background that I may have to tend to. We all know how that goes. Summertime. It just released. Yeah. School's out, baby. So summer camps start next week, but this week we got them all to ourselves. And we're driving trucks over here. We're being very loud. All right. Well, Ryan Boyle, welcome to the show. We got Halpert here in case I need to jump off. Of course, he always contributes gold as well. But Boyle, call you guys by Boyle. Howard, get up here.
Sharpe.
Boyle, this one's for you.
Using our worker names.
Yeah. So what got you started in all of this, Ryan Boyle, and what made you want to pursue online marketing in the first place that eventually led you to Legendary?
Well, a pretty similar story to most, I believe. I had a good job. I was making good money, but the math just wasn't showing I was going to get to where I thought I could be. So I was like, I need to find a side hustle, need to do something that can supplement, and everything I did or tried was labor intensive, extra work, or cost a ton of money. I had to buy inventory and stuff. I did Amazon FBA for a bit and learned real quick there that if you're not putting in big money to buy inventory, you're probably not going to make it. So I just didn't have the cash flow for that or really the desire. I thought it was going to be Bezos number 2. Turns out, no. So I got out of that. I did food delivery. When my daughter was getting her driver's license, I signed up for food delivery. She would drive. We'd pick up the food and I'd pay her whatever the money we made that night. So she would want to go or else she wouldn't want to go. And so for me, I made no money, but it was fun. I had a good time and got to hang out with my daughter for a lot. So that was good. And then, I basically, in 2020 had a life tragedy of a family here. And I went, you know what? I can't wait. I got to find something that really works. My wife had seen this and we signed up together and she mainly did it for the first few years and kind of went with travel niche. And I was watching from the sidelines and learning as she went, helping her out. And I thought, I think I can do this. So, I spent a lot of time prepping. And eventually this January, I said, well, I can't do it on my own. I know that. Everything I've done in my life, if I don't have good people around me, I'm as good as myself, which I've learned isn't good enough sometimes. So I need help. And jumped in with both feet, and here I am.
Love it, man. And love the kind of entrepreneurial spirit that you have there going on with your kids and family and yourself, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my story is so similar because I remember I went through the Amazon FBA phase as well. I ordered a whole bunch of lockpick sets that it turns out I couldn't even sell on Amazon, right? So now I had these, I think it was 100, I don't remember if it was 100 or 200 of these things I was going to be shipping, inspecting, and then shipping to Amazon, full fulfillment. And they're like, hey, you can't sell this. And I'm like, oh, God, no wonder it looked like the perfect product with all the stats. And yeah, and that was like, that was like a couple grand just kind of burned right there. That was a lot of money you're never going to get back. The one piece you're afraid of is the risk. Oh, I'm going to risk. And what if it doesn't sell? Well, I risked it. It couldn't sell, right? Even if people wanted it, I couldn't sell it. I think I wound up doing some eBay and Facebook Marketplace and unloading a little bit of that. But they, very, very similar. And we were talking about it backstage a little bit too, the loneliness, right? It's hard.
Yeah.
You're trying to get into something and you've got, nobody around that gives a shit about what you're doing. One thing you mentioned that was interesting is that your wife is, your wife was trying this first. So what was that? What did those conversations kind of look like? Because it sounds like you might have that person in the house that actually, thinks that, doesn't think what you're trying to do is weird when they first hear about it.
Yeah, very, very lucky because Tracy, she's super supportive. She found this program, Legendary, before I even knew anything about it. And I'm the research guy. So she came to me and said, check this out. So I'm like, all right. So I looked into it and she's like, what do you think? I said, makes perfect sense. I don't see, it's so good. I don't think we can figure out what's wrong till we're in. Then I got in. I'm like, well, turns out there's nothing wrong. But it was just so logical. I was like, yeah, this should work. This finally looks like something should work. So she jumped in and we watched Decade in Day, and we did a couple of those and built a travel niche and got a couple of affiliate links. And honestly, we ended up traveling a bunch to get footage and spending money, and it's worked. We've made money on the travel side. Not like, I'm not buying an island or anything, and it's not a ton of. At this point, it's slowed down a little bit because I'm focusing mainly on mine. She eventually said, I can't do this. I wake up every day stressed about what I'm going to post and what I'm going to say, and is it going to work? She goes, I'm just going to go back to, ironically, running the business she started, brick and mortar, which is a courier business. So she's owning that and running that again. She's like, what she put on me. So I took it for a bit. But yeah, that was what happened. And I do agree, having a spouse that's on board it's a huge weight off the shoulders. It made it so like when I started doing this and, I started saying to myself, hey, or saying to her, look, I'm not going to watch TV with you tonight. You're going to have to watch these shows yourself. I got to go film. I got to go record. I got to go edit, that kind of thing. She was like, get out of here. I'm going to watch Bachelor by myself or something. So I was like, all right. And I got pretty lucky that way. I mean, I could see where it would be hard if somebody was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Where are you going? You don't sit here anymore. I'd be like, I'm trying to make money. But I didn't have to go through that. So very, very lucky.
That's a great point. I mean, yeah, who you have in the house. I mean, you begin to realize, I think, when you start a business and introduce something new into the relationship, right? You learn very quickly who you're in a relationship with that you may not have known before that, right? Because it's all good as long as you're sitting on the couch being a good little boy, right? Not doing anything that I can't control, right? And the same thing could go vice versa. This is not just nagging women. This is insecure and or jealous men or whatever. Yeah, it's really nice when you have a partner who understands what you're trying to pursue. And it's also important to educate your spouses. You can't just expect them to know how to treat us, right? We, in some ways, have to kind of train them. And we're training people how to treat us all day anyways. It doesn't matter whether you're intentionally directly training them. If you're not doing that, you're indirectly training them, right? By not talking and just letting things happen by default. So I love that. But I also love the idea, if your spouse or partner or whoever you live with, right? These days, it could be in a variety of arrangements. If they are questioning, if they are critical, if they are unsupportive, you're either with the wrong person, and that reveals that red flag sometimes 2 years, sometimes 5 years. You're like, how did I never see this? But what I'm going to always default back to first and foremost is you didn't do a good enough job selling what it is that you're about to do. And selling them on why they need to support you and in this case, again, you sound blessed because Ryan, your wife, is also somebody who understands that you're trying to make money, and that's cool.
Yeah.
And so good for you. And you ride that to the max, right? With that, you have the ability to be able to try lots of different things. And I think part of the fun of entrepreneurship in life, surely it's fun to have a wildly successful business, but oftentimes a wildly successful business is actually fairly boring. And it's why most people screw it up. It's because, almost like what your wife said, dude, which is totally cool and honest, but I don't want to post every day. It's like, well, that's honest. Go back to your other bit, but it's less work more, I think, for a lot of people than it is boring for some. It's like, damn, I'm doing the same thing every day. But boring builds billions. It builds big brands, doing the same things, delivering a similar product, improving it over time. So lots of little things that you hit on there that were cool and brought up some thinking in my head, Ryan. How have we helped you? I mean, how do you? You said, hey, I don't like to do things on my own, or have always had good people. How have we helped you? I mean, how has this community helped you to navigate this process from start to getting to where you're at now?
So I think for me, the community is the absolute biggest part of me moving forward and being successful. When you're doing this on your own and you're at home and you're posting, and we've all probably been there where you look at your post and go, what's this, 120 views? That's no good. And then you get a couple of followers a week. You get, 25 likes a week. You look at it at the end of the month and you're like, 6 followers? Like, what's going on? This isn't working. As soon as you get into the community and you start listening to other people go, hey, had a big win, got 2 followers this month. And you're like, huh, maybe I am doing the right thing. Maybe this is working. And then you start to look at it and go, you know what? If I just keep doing this every week, those 2 start adding up. It's the old compounding effect, right? So you start to realize that, okay, and then you go, well, no one's watching the first 2 minutes. Oh my gosh, don't throw the cowboy hat. We need that in Nashville.
I dropped it gently. It wasn't
okay, good,
blast, bro.
Yeah, so that was the thing. The community, the second part of the community was being able to go on and say, okay, this is going this way for me, but guess what? I cannot get people to watch a carousel. It doesn't matter what I put out. It doesn't matter how I format it. It doesn't matter what I put on. It doesn't nothing. I get zeros across the board, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. And people are like, try this, do that, change your colors, do this. I'm like, okay, so I'm doing all this stuff, and then I'm sure you guys saw it or not, but I posted the other day, somebody on earth, one person watched the carousel. I said, I don't know if it was one of you guys, not you two, but one of the group. I don't know if it was a pity view, but I'm taking it. And I might stop carousels. No, I won't.
Might have been yourself.
Because they'll work. If it was, I got to go and learn how to do that because I don't know how. But.
Well, who was it? Oh, I was watching the Liver King documentary. So let's let's take his marketing savvy, but not his dishonesty with the steroids and model that. Did you see that?
Yes, I did. It was good.
The documentary.
Yeah, I saw Liver King on Netflix.
Yeah. It reminds me, do you remember in the documentary when he was like, yeah, I sit here and let my videos play on loop, racks up the views. Did you see that part?
I did, yeah. I actually thought to myself, how do you do that?
Yeah. No, I know. I did too. I was like, I actually thought, I fact checked that mentally for a second. I was like, is that true? Like, isn't that elementary that Instagram knows that it's us watching our own video?
Yeah, Instagram does. I was watching it at the lake in the garage. We were putting some stereo in our boat, me and my brother-in-law, and it was on the TV, and he said that, and I grabbed my phone and I went to Instagram and I looked at it and it says, boost post, do this, do that. I'm like, nah, they know it's me. This isn't working. I tested it. Doesn't work. Not on Instagram.
Yeah. So love it, and love to hear. I love that comparison. You're comparing yourself to the right people in the beginning, and I love that, man. That is like a huge takeaway. It's a huge platinum boulder for everybody listening. That instead of going out to the marketplace where people have been creating content and getting good for months or years, be a part of a support group, be a part of a community, and look around at your peers who are in the same chapter that you're at, because everybody's going to look at who's taking action, going to look the same if you're following the program in the first few months, right? Like, 2 followers this week, or, an email subscriber today, or my first commission. Oh my God, I'm 3 months in, or whatever it was, right? I'm 9 months in. But that first group where you're just, doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, but where you're just getting things off the ground in your first couple of months of taking action. Man, those are all that success is going to look the same. And so it's good to be looking at those people, because they'll make you feel good about your small results, because they're also getting small results. It's not until 6 months of 6 to 12 months of being consistent that it begins to separate the winners from the losers.
Which probably comes down to between 6 and 12 months, the losers quit.
That's my point. That's the first drop off, Ryan, is that people stop or quit. The second drop off is that they stay learning a little bit longer.
Been there.
Yeah. No, I know. We go back into learning mode, right? We stay there. We hide out there a little bit longer. So this is a natural journey, but I love how you're looking at peers instead of content creators out on the internet who have been doing it for a long time, or who have different skills than you. And not to say that you're not also doing that, but my point is that you're going in. That's a big deal, is to actually reframe your own thinking and your own perspective, to say, to be aware enough to say, I got a shitty perspective on this right now. I'm on the pity pot and I'm feeling sorry for myself because I've only got 2 followers this week. I'm on the pity pot. I need to realize that I'm on the pity pot, realize that I'm starting to blame, have enough self-awareness to know that I'm getting ready to spiral.
Right. That's
into
right.
Self-sabotage, whatever your particular flavor of self-sabotage is. But this is really important that you understand this at the beginning of building a business, because you are your own worst enemy, not the marketplace, not the economy, not the interest rates, not the Fed chair, not the president, not all these other make-believe things in your head. It's you against you.
Yeah.
And Ryan, you got it.
Yeah.
You got that part.
Thanks. I appreciate that. It's good to know that you can see that I got that, because every once in a while I don't know if I do, but I just keep going. I have a good story for when I first had my first ever and probably my only comparisonitis situation that I then learned from, and since then I've never had an issue. When I was first starting out in the business I run right now, I had a manager who was, I consider, the greatest manager we've ever had, and he still works for the company, and he's in the C-suite, and he was moving away from our branch, and I was the second in command kind of thing, and they didn't give me the job. I didn't even want the job. I remember people calling me and saying, "Ooh, are you mad you didn't get promoted?" And I was like, "Are you kidding me? I can't do what he does. That guy's amazing. There's no way I could do that." Then the new guy came in, and I went, "Oh, I can do what this is. I can do that. I just can't do what Michael Jordan does. Like, if I go play basketball on the local court, I'm not the best, but I'm not the worst. If I go to an NBA court, I'm the worst." For sure.
Yeah, I love that, man. You're right, and that's so true. We often discount and deselect ourselves, and then the next guy to step up, it's like, oh crap, I stepped aside so this guy could take my spot. Ryan Halbert, what's coming up for you, buddy?
Yeah, I mean, not that I've ever legitimately been in that particular position, but I mean, I can just remember when I worked in the dealership and our service department manager, because I was the mechanic there, of course, one of them, and our service manager just screwing shit up every day, you know, and we actually got paid, we got paid commission on upsells in that dealership. So like somebody needed a service, somebody needed a repair, we'd, as the technician, say, hey, it needs this, it needs this, it needs this. Service writer's supposed to sell it. Then we'd split a percentage of the profit with them, so there was extra for our check, so we were incentivized to sell. And this guy was just nonstop, just shutting them down. Just, oh, it doesn't need that. Oh, I think the customer could go another 3,000 miles. Oh, it's like, geez, why don't you just give them the list of objections? Why don't you just print the book and give it to them? So that way you don't have to come up with it yourself. And, it's a similar situation in a sense where I'm like, man, this place would make way more money if I was in charge. And that was one of those, that was one of those things where it just boosted my confidence, because this was prior to me starting my own business. And I'm like, man, I'm starting to learn a lot of the what not to do's and a lot of the what to do's just by watching some of these other people screw it all up. And, that was an interesting, kind of comparison-itis story for me. But I fall for the trap that, Ryan Boyle over here hasn't fallen for, which is, I do have that tendency always to be looking at the people on the top. I'm looking at the people that are making $1 million a month and trying to figure out, what are they doing that we could do, that I could do? And it's easy to fall into this place where you're looking just at that, and you're totally neglecting the fact that they've probably got a team that makes a combined 50,000 or more a month to put all of that on, right? That they're paying all of that money to make all of that possible, and overlooking that there's still a lot of people that are doing extremely well, making a bunch of money, and they're literally just, let me dig into my pockets here, making a video like this, right? Yeah. And here we are, only focusing, feeling like we have to have the best equipment, the best lighting, the best environment. That was one of my big struggles, was having the right environment. I always felt like, man, it's too dark in this room. Man, I don't like this paint color. Man, my kitchen's not nice enough. And it's like, I should have bought a house with a bigger pool. It's like, oh God, it's like, no matter what the hell I do, I've always got some kind of reason why my environment wasn't good enough. And then I go open up social media and I see some lady in tears on her couch getting millions of views, and the whole house looks like it's about to fall down. And people aren't even mentioning how crappy the place looks. And I'm like, oh God, I got to get out of my own head and stop worrying about this BS and, just do stuff. Right. And this is not so much an issue for me today, right, as it was, though, in the very beginning. Right. Yeah. It's all stuff that with a little bit of practice and just, getting, I guess it's actually hard to describe, but just getting good at ignoring that type of a thought process and just doing it anyway. Right.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. And really, I think what makes the biggest difference, and Ron Boyle, you tell me if you agree, is that, once you start posting and realizing that nobody's talking about any of the stuff that you thought was a problem, all of a sudden that helps to make that problem go away a whole lot quicker.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. You guys have never and will not see the inside of my garage because it looks like a tornado went off in there. But but I bet you if I put it on, no one will say a thing except, yeah, it looks like my garage. And then I found too recently that I'm starting to do things where I'm purposely trying to make something in the video look weird so that people will comment, right? And I thought to myself, this is odd. I spent so much time trying to get the perfect setup so now I can jack it up so people go, that was weird. Yes, the comment, So I'm like, yeah, you go through all those stages, right? And I I've always said to myself, everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time. If somebody does it all at once, it's impressive, but there's very, very rare. So we're all the same. And put a video out, see what happens. Worst case scenario is someone comments on it. Oh, that would be terrible.
I like that.
Well, hey Ryan, it's this is pure gold, and you know, so many people are probably feeling like they can identify with all of this, and you know, I'm loving your process and journey and thinking here. What's one piece of advice you'd like to leave people with who may be considering, you know, jumping on this kind of online marketing train, learning these skills? And what would you say to people who are thinking about becoming a part of our community or being a part of a community to learn these skills and start their business?
Well, for me, what I go through my mind looking back at what I did was, if you have this desire to do a side hustle, to try and make some extra money, to make money online, which you should have that desire at this point in 2025. I'm old enough to know when the internet came out, everybody was like, "Ah, it's a joke. Don't worry about it." I look back now, oops. So I'm jumping on the AI train because it's this next chance I get twice in my lifetime. I'm not missing it twice. Anyway, if you have the desire to do this and you're going to do this, or you're going to start something, it's a journey. It's like working out. It doesn't happen overnight. You can't have one salad at noon and wonder why you're not skinny by supper. It doesn't work like that. This is a journey. This is a lifestyle or a process or a habit or a routine, whatever you want to do. Once you get it into your routine, you actually go, did I do that today? Did I do my stuff today? Oh yeah, I did. That's how easy it is. You go, did I? Let me look. Oh yeah, I made my posts. Because you think it's so easy. And then, you know, I in my personal life, with my brick and mortar business I run, I always say to the guys when it comes to stuff we're doing, I say, when it comes to safety or job sites, I'm like, listen, if there's an option to do this a different way or a safer way, then there is no option. We must do it the safer way. So if there's an option, there's no option. So if you want to make money online, then there's no option. You must go do it. And you have to do it. No one's going to do it for you. So you got to do it. And if you don't think you can do it on your own, you can't. So get into a community, any community, anything at all. Find somebody out there that talks like you, looks like you, doesn't even look like you, whatever it is, and say, comment on their thing. Say, hey, I'd like to pick your brain. And they're gonna answer back. Believe me, we all answer back. Well, I wouldn't say that. I answer back, and everybody who's successful answers back. But get a community, talk to some people. You're gonna find that it's a big community and there is room for everyone, and you should do it because there's an option, so there's no option.
Yeah. And we are also jumping on the AI bandwagon.
Yeah.
We've been on it. And we've been on it not really from selling it or even teaching it, but just using it, which is always a great premise to teach something or to sell something, is when you also use it yourself. So one of the reasons why, you know, I've always suggested to people, hey, become a customer of the product that you're promoting or selling, so you can see what it's like, so you can have a more powerful story to tell about the product. You'll sell more. You just naturally will. I saw it happen in drug addiction recovery therapy. Somebody who was a therapist who had been in the shoes that I was walking in, I felt like I could relate and listen to more versus somebody who wasn't. This was 20 years ago when I was going through drug treatment and so forth. It helps. And we are going to be teaching this on June 5th. And so we're going to be releasing a brand new challenge on June 5th that you can take. If you are one of our brand partners or affiliates, you can promote. It's going to be some of our, if not our best work ever coming out of Legendary, coming out of our body of work here that we've been working on for 8 years here at Legendary. I've been doing this for 16 years. I think that we'll see more breakthroughs, more people from scratch, seeing the potential and following through, launching businesses, launching offers, launching channels, becoming content creators, making money, doing affiliate marketing, many going on to launch their own course or coaching program in lots of different niches, more so than ever before because of the power of AI and how this is transforming people's productivity in the way in which they organize their thoughts into pieces of organized content. And that's what people want nowadays. They don't want just smorgasbords or they don't want piles of information. They actually do want charcuterie boards. They want it to be compartmentalized. They want it to be served up precisely so they can pick exactly what they want. And so we're using AI. We're also going to be teaching AI, teaching people how to use AI to build business plans, to organize thoughts, to gain superhuman levels of productivity. It's unbelievable the way in which we're turning over work, courses, marketing content, videos, scripts. Us personally, the time in which we turn that over nowadays it's not 10x, Ryan Halbert. It's 100x.
Oh yeah, without
It's
a doubt.
100x what we used to do in terms of speed. So if AI never got any better than it is right now it's powerful enough to change your entire business. It's already changed ours.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to teach it to you on June 5th. That's less than a dadgum week away, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan Halbert.
Yeah, we're 7 days. I think we're exactly a week.
Exactly seven.
Exactly 7. It's getting close. It's right around the corner. And this thing's going to create a wave of transformations like we've never seen before. I should say it like Trump. This is going to be it's going to be so bigly incredible, like the world's never seen before. It's gonna, but it is. It's gonna be transformations in areas around topics that we've never seen before, because it's gonna deliver exactly those things that people are missing in their businesses today, right? Those very specific things that are the biggest struggles for most people. Some of them are struggles that keep them from ever moving past and launching, and they're gonna have them solved right within the first few days of actually, saying, hey, maybe I could look into this business thing. And those problems are going to be solved and in the past, and they're going to be moving forward faster than ever before because of the way that we're going to have them using AI, which is going to be incredible. And so anybody watching, right, that could be you in 7 days. You're going to want to make sure you're on this. Because that's my core belief, is that this thing is going to be it, and I ain't got one damn bit of uncertainty about it. This thing, because even I was blown away, and I said, maybe I should start doing some of these niches here that are coming up for me, because we tested this process, this system we've developed really extensively, and I mean it's solid. There's not a way, if you follow the process, I don't believe there's a way that it won't work, that it won't give you the perfect direction for you to go to build the business, whether it's your own product or an affiliate product or a service that you're going to sell online. No matter what it is, it's going to figure out what that best thing is for you and tell you why you're qualified to do it.
I mean, we're really going back into helping somebody extract the knowledge out of their brain and pick a niche.
Yeah.
So that's how far back of a beginner we're trying to help. We're looking to take this to the masses, not the people who already understand AI and are working with it. Those people too, they'll benefit from this in a major way. And especially if you're not using AI in your marketing yet and you don't understand how to fully utilize its power, but we're also going to take it to the 300 million people in America who don't even understand what AI really is or how to use it to their benefit, as well as the 8 billion people, a couple billion of which speak English, and we'll take it to those people around the world and show them how to use AI to extract the expertise and then build on it, even if they don't have a lot of expertise or knowledge or information, because they're young or inexperienced. Take a fraction of passion and build upon that. And it's a powerful thing. So anyways, Ryan Boyle, thanks for your time today, brother. We're proud of you. Kim Ballum commented in there, said, so proud of you. Hey man, it's so cool to see it. Some people who have already been successful in their life at other things, coming in, starting something brand new and pursuing that to success and beyond. And we're looking forward to seeing what heights you reach and things you accomplish over the next year or so. Ryan Boyle, come back on, man. Don't be a stranger. Stay legendary.
I will, for
brother.
sure. Appreciate you having me.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks.
See you, brother. All right, man. Meet us in Nashville, everybody. Get your ticket. Ryan, tell them why they should while I sneeze.
Well, it's going to be the best experience of your life. I was talking to a member in a coaching call yesterday, and they were wondering, who is this event really a good fit for? I feel like I have to have actually accomplished something in order to go. And that couldn't be further from the truth, right? These events are designed for anybody who's serious about their business, wanting to grow their business, and anybody who wants to meet other people that are also have the same goals in mind, people that are also trying to grow their business and wants to meet that variety of people that are at those different stages. Everything from I've never made any money and I don't know what I'm doing, all the way up to, I've made a few $100,000. I've made a few million, right? Those people are going to be, and everything in between are going to be at this event. And that's what makes it so valuable, is because you're going to walk away with those lifelong connections. So it doesn't matter what stage you're at today, who you are, where you've been, how long you've been in the game. This event is designed for anybody that's really serious about growing their business and wanting to make those lifelong connections. And you want to spend 3 days learning about their strategies, right? Those people, that after group I mentioned, those people with the large results, those are the people going to be on stage teaching their strategies and talking about how they actually got there. So that's going to be one of the core elements of the event, but also being there and just being in the room with everybody in between is also life-changing. And you're going to walk out of there feeling more motivated and disciplined than you've ever been in your life, because there's not truly another event like it. It's interesting because we were actually talking with Ryan Boyle today about, how lonely entrepreneurship can be. And, once you attend an event like this and really get yourself immersed into the community, that problem doesn't really exist as a problem for you anymore. You get to see other people struggle with it. And then what happens is you have to recommend to them exactly what's going to solve the problem, which is getting into a great community of people who also have and want and do the same things that you do. So that's my number one reason that, you should come to an event, mastermind event in Nashville. And Dave, hopefully the sneeze went well.
It never came, but I got a few blows in, and we're clear now. We're in the clear.
Good.
All right, my friends. Well, meet us back here on tomorrow for another episode. We'll wrap the week up as we move closer. Project 100X still going strong. Also, please, folks. We are going strong with that group. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that that's not still a thing. We still 100 pieces of content a month for 100 days. We marching right on into July with that one. We still got another month to go in our affiliate challenge. This is just a part of our Facebook group. If you want to do that, you can find us on Facebook at inside of our affiliate group. Maybe somebody can post the link to that right in the comments. Actually, I have it right here. I got it. So come on in. Kim Ballum has been spearheading that and helping us out with that. She says she's watching. So let's stay on top of our grind. We're not here to babysit for sure, but trying to create lots of different opportunities for you to stay on your hustle, grow, be a part of our community. As Ryan Boyle just said, it's important. And there's a lot of great people here. There's micro communities inside of our community. There's cliques. There's, call them whatever you want. It's just, you're right, Ryan. Albert, you do leave the mastermind with connections and community. So get your ticket, meet us there, participate in the various things that we're doing here. There's a lot, right? There's a lot. I mean, we've got mastermind going on. We've got Wake Up Legendary every day. We've got content challenges that are going on for our affiliates in Project 100X and our affiliate group. We've got a new AI challenge, a paid challenge like our other challenges we've released in the past. That's going to be dropping on June 5th. The game is on fire. 2025. Be ready. Be legendary. Get out of here, my friends. Peace.
Peace.